What's up, gamers? We had kind of a late night last night on the Bono's Gamers podcast, and I've got bags under my eyes, and I'm super tired. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. My breath is stanky. I'm wearing the same shirt I had on yesterday, but this just came in the mail, and I can't wait to unbox it. Not a second more, so let's get into it. Alright, I know a lot of people, including myself, have been really excited for the 35XX SP from Anbernic, and it looks like, hey, if you ordered one, it should be showing up to your house pretty soon, especially if you were part of the pre-order process. Here it is, and we've got that silver embossing around the design here on the box, but other than that, there's not much going on here. It does have like what color that you picked, but other than that, there is really nothing else to this box. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right in here. It is small. It's a small box. It's a lot smaller than previous systems that I've unboxed on here. And of course, we have manual and some wipes to apply your screen protector, and then there's a charging cable right in here. But let's get straight to the system. I think it's funny that they still put a foam pad on top of here because there's no buttons or anything on this part of it. But here we go. Shing. Whoa. Okay, I like it. I like this blue. I'm gonna put something in here, I think, a picture of something. I haven't decided what yet, but let's be honest, it's probably going to be Mario, but who knows. I'm going to put something there. There's your battery compartment on the back. That sits really flush on the back here. It feels really nice. This plastic feels really nice. I like it. You got your USB-C port and your HDMI out. There's those triggers on top. Yeah, I think those triggers are going to work for me. They're definitely on the small side, but you can feel very easily which one you're pressing, and I don't feel like I'm going to hit R2 and L2 when I'm trying to hit R1 and L1, so that's really good. You got your card slots on the bottom here, of course, your card slot for your operating system and for your games if you do a dual card setup, and a headphone jack. Volume is on the left side, power and reset is on the right side, but let's just go ahead and open this up. Wow. Wow, yes, that feels so good. It snaps right into place. It can go further back and snaps right into that spot too. And you know what? I was like, what's the point of going past 180 degrees? But now that I'm holding this angle actually feels pretty good, and the screen is facing me. Like it's pointed right at my face. Now this one feels good too, but it's a little more flat. I could see playing either way, depending on the game maybe. But of course you can just stop and you can put it at different angles. You can have it at this kind of angle if you want, like a little laptop. Both of these right here feel, just at this point anyway, first impressions, feel really good. Either angle. Man, I think a lot of people are really gonna like this. I had seen that the buttons were kind of difficult to press down, like they required a little bit of force, and that's true because we've got some micro switches under all of these, and Anbernic usually does like rubber membrane stuff, but this doesn't feel as bad as I was expecting from the people who got early review units of this. Let's turn it on though and see what we have here. And that blue, that transparent blue, just looks so good. I know a lot of people wanted the silver because that's that classic GameBoy Advance SP look, but I'm in love with this blue. I think this just looks stellar. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, look at the little logo there. I love it. Oh, great. So we do get the I know people hate this sound, but having the speaker facing me, it sounds so good. It sounds so good. So you got game rooms and RA RetroArch game. Most of the time you're going to want to use RetroArch game. Favorites, history, search, App Center, and settings. And just going into App Center here, we're going to see that we have a music player, video player, ebook reader, file manager, apps, and expert. I'm not even going to attempt expert, but going into apps, we have arcade core, backup and restore, bezels, quick shutdown set. Let's see what that says. So I think quick shutdown, when you close the lid, I think that's what this is saying. It's either you can either engage or disengage. I think that's what it's telling me right now. I'm going to engage it. Okay, quick shutdown is enabled. Set lock screen action, you can either shut down or sleep. Okay, maybe the quick shutdown was for the power button then. I don't know. But I'm going to say sleep. or shut down? Let's try sleep for now, and then it's going to exit out. So we'll just try that right now. So if I shut this, okay, the light does not go off, and when I open it back up, it's right where I left it. Okay, that's cool. I bet that's going to probably drain the battery pretty quickly because it probably just shuts the screen off, if I were guessing. I'm sure that's what it does. But that's nice to know that that feature is there. Oh, it didn't come back on that time. Did I not leave it closed long enough? You can see the magnet there. There it goes. Yeah, so see the logo. I'm guessing the first one is the power button. Second one is that sleep function. So I bet when you press this, just pressing it once is probably going to just shut this down really quick, no matter where you are. This did ship with firmware version 1.0.3. That's the version that released on May 11th, 2024. Let's go ahead and turn that button sound off because it's not that great. What should we try first? Oh, I don't know. I mean, obviously, we got to try Game Boy Advance first, right? I mean, that just only makes sense with what we're playing here. So it does come with artwork preloaded for all of the games. That's pretty awesome. Let's try a little Kirby. That looks so great. Game Boy Advance SP right there. The speaker just sounds honestly really good. And the shader here looks really, really good. The bezels around here look really, really good. The overlay, I mean, there's really nothing about this that I'm like, you know what? This it just looks so good. Let me go ahead and turn that volume down, but man, this feels like a quality product, and honestly, it feels just so good in your hand. I mean, I can't get over it. My initial impression, and I know that this is quick to get to because I've only played one game and looked through the menu, but my just gut impression initially is that this is exceeding my actual expectations, and my expectations for this were pretty high. If you bought this, I think you're going to be really happy. And I think one of the benefits of this is that as we move forward, so many of Anbernic's products, especially in this 35XX line, right, they all have the same processor and same screen size. This will end up being to their advantage because custom firmware, it's more likely to happen when there's multiple devices using the same processor than just one random one. So I think the future is really bright for this 35XX line, and of course Anbernic themselves has been improving their stock firmware over the last 6 months. They've done a lot more to it than they did with the original 35XX, and I've been really impressed that they have continued to improve it and work on it, because even it isn't a bad OS anymore. I want to see what happens when we open something like Chains of Olympus here really quick. Chains of Olympus is running pretty well. I had to go in and remap the D-pad to be the analog stick. Anbernic says that all you have to do is hit R2 to swap that in PSP Play, but I tried that and it didn't work, so I don't know if that's an old way of doing it and it's been updated since that video was put out, because that was about 5 months ago or something that they said that. But once I went into the emulator by hitting the menu button here and going to controls and just remapping it myself, it wasn't hard to do, and now it's working fine. It's mostly running at between 90 and 100%. It's at 87 right now, but let's see if it's got any audio stuttering. Yeah, there's a little bit of audio stuttering, but we know that this is one of the hardest. I can't play and talk at the same time. We know that this is one of the hardest games to emulate on the PSP, and so you're going to see some slowdown with this chipset. We already know that. Honestly, if it were a standalone emulator, we might get a little bit better performance, but since it is running in RetroArch, it does struggle a little bit, but not to the point where I feel like it isn't playable. And also, I haven't tweaked any settings other than making the D-pad work for me here, so you might be able to tweak it a little bit and get a little bit more performance out of it. Let's see what happens when I hit the power button here. See you later. All right, it's turned off, lights off. Feels a little warm back here. I'm thinking about doing a mod and putting a little heat sink in here. I'll make a video about that if I decide to do it, because after about 30 minutes of gameplay here, it is a little bit warm. It's not anything uncomfortable, but you can definitely feel the warmth there. Let's turn it back on and see if it goes back into the game or if it sends us to the main menu. That's what I'm curious about here. Okay, so it did just go back to the main menu. I know that there's a setting to take you right back into the game. I just need to find it. But that is a very quick first look at the Anbernic RG35XX SP. Be great if you could come up with some better names, Anbernic, because it's a product name, not a Wi-Fi password. So Maybe we could make something a little more simple for everybody. But those are my first impressions, and I thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing this with a friend. It does mean a whole lot, helps the channel out a ton. And I also want to give a big shout out to the Tech Update, who is my first channel member here on Bonos Gaming. Go check him out if you like retro stuff. He's covering a lot of that news over there. So send some love and encouragement his way. And as always, stay kind and encouraging out there, and I'll catch you on the flippity flip.